Jack from Trash Mansion. So, hi Jack. Hey guys. And then we've got two parts of BVB, Beanbag Babylon, which is Alan down the end there. And then we've got Sam in the middle. Oh, it's Steve Unipig. Everyone knows Steve Unipig. He's pretty famous on campus. I just wanted to shoot a question to you first, Sam. Do you end up normally being the meat in the sandwich?
Yes.
So we thought we'd have a little bit of a Q&A going on here to deal with, like, how do you make a fucking thing camp work? So I've got a few questions here. Hang on a minute. Oh my god. So we'll get this a little bit informal and then we'll become formal. Technical issues.
I'm being coached.
He's being coached. So, first question, just technical questions. Total numbers for your camp this year and total numbers of your setup crew. You got a figure? Pull out of your head.
Good, about 30 for us. 30, 20.
And how many setups? People, you reckon?
Alan, pass the fucking mic, dude.
Oh, I thought you had one.
I think we've got about 20 people. We had about 10 people setting up maybe. We'll probably have about 20 to pack down, so... Yeah.
Don't like them. Over to you, Sam. Alan. How easy were you to say?
So, Alan, just to rephrase the question, how many people are camping with you? Your clock is ticking.
We've got
Microphone.
we have about 7.
This is becoming very helpful. Does anyone want to make a theme camp? This is what you end out like. And so you guys, you got to. How big's your setup crew roughly? You two, or is it more? Or
Half away.
Sam, do you want to answer that one?
Thank you, Alan. No, I suppose we do it slightly differently. There's a sort of crew of a few people, and then people sort of drop in throughout the day, help out.
Thank you, sir.
You know, they come by to say hello, and you palm off a job to them, that kind of thing. So it's more trickery that we get things done by.
And so Jack, you have like a bit of a collective thing going on there with your setup crew, as opposed to Alan and Sam that seem to have a bit more of a benevolent dictatorship going on. Just wanted to, could you just give us a bit of feedback about how that collective works generally? Like, because I've been to the trash bashes and they're crazy, man. And maybe share a bit about the trash bashes and how that collectively works as well.
Yeah, well, we've basically got core people that take on certain responsibilities. So we've got Johnny Breakwell here, who's a new addition to the camp. He's our amazing spirit master. We've also got Andy, who does beer, and we've got Mark, Nige, they organise sound. So everyone kind of has various specialist tasks that they put on, and then other people kind of jump in and help them do stuff. But yeah, we just have meetings and get stuff done, really. That's the idea. Definitely follow the duocracy principle, yeah.
And then, Alan, if you wanted to just expand on that as well, like, how does your camp work, like, when it comes to organisation and that kind of thing?
What? Sammy does it all? Yeah. I'm just very straightforward. We're in an incredible fortunate position that we own our infrastructure. And Richard's not scored.
So,
I want a bit more help. Sorry.
that's fine, Alan. I'm loving you right now, man. You're the star of the show. You're pissing me off though, because you're the star of the show. Names. I really wanted to just because can be an interesting thing because I run a theme camp as well. But like the name, where do the names come from? So Jack,
Maybe you tell us about Temple of Surrender first?
this is not about me.
It's gonna take forever. So
It's always about me. It's a fetish theme camp. That's all you need to know. Come along tonight and you'll meet me in drag. That's it. So Jack,
Have you got pickled onions?
sorry?
Have you got pickled onions?
No, we're supposed to have cake, but I forgot to bring it.
We have pickled onions. Shitloads of them.
So the name Trash Mansion, where did it come from?
It was an old house that our friends lived in Newtown, and it was just this huge kind of 3-story house, and I don't know, maybe 8 people lived in it at any one time. And it was just a massive party house that went on for ages. I think it was originally based on, the name came from a place called Crash Mansion in New York. So they like adapted that for their house. And then that house kind of all fell apart and went down the toilet, but a lot of the people stayed together. And we just kind of had a real big problem coming up with a name for our theme camp, so we just took it from the house. Yeah.
I would just add, if you are going to create a theme camp name, probably think a bit longer and harder than we did.
And just quickly, how many years have you guys been doing this now?
3 years.
Were you guys at the Alanjohn gig?
Yeah.
So all of you were at the Alanjohn gig. You were there as well, weren't you?
Paulie started it.
And then
Paul Armour started it.
He did. Where is he?
And then so you guys have consecutively been going to every burn with the theme camp since it's been in Australia. There you go. That's a pretty impressive record there. Jack, would you want to share a little bit about the 5 AM comedy hour that you facilitated last year?
brilliant.
Yeah, it's just a great time, really. We haven't done it this year, though. Want to do it. Not sure when.
5
We're going to do
AM.
it on Thursday night, but
What is it?
Kind of fell through.
What happens at the 5 AM comedy hour?
Oh, you just get really drunk people, and you put them up on stage and get them to tell jokes to everybody. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, but it's generally pretty good.
So keep an eye out for that. That should be really good. Yeah, Jamin asked me to do this. Do you see the connection between vodka and theme camps and Burning Man?
Yes.
I had to ask that. Here's another one. I really like this one. Team highlights for this year that you don't want anyone to know anything about. Team highlights.
So he forgot his toothbrush. No, he didn't. He didn't. I know I
Putting it on. Seems like a bit of a show. Yeah.
Don't worry about toothbrush. Have you been safe everything yet?
Alan, you've got to...
Alan had to use an angle grinder to open his safe where he was keeping his keys.
Anything from you, Jack?
K in the car, definitely.
Yeah, I think Alan's been having the Kool-Aid.
That was zing.
And while we're talking about Kool-Aid, do you guys serve Kool-Aid at your theme camps at all?
It's really hard to get hold of in Australia. You have to go to specialty shops.
Yeah.
Bit of a pain in the ass.
Oh, there you go. Oh, yeah, this is a really good question I thought of earlier today. I'm smart. How many burns have you been to, including regionals? So, Jack.
2 in the States and the 4 here, so.
And then you two guys? You're global hoppers. You go over all the time, don't you?
Hang on a second.
I'm Africa here for.
Night.
So, 99? Is that correct? 9.
4 US, Africa.
So, I would suggest that you only go to 8.
Yeah.
They're pretty good. I mean,
And Alan, how many? Yeah, Sam. So, yeah, how many you been to?
5.
5. Oh, okay. There you go.
I want to hear more from Alan.
I've got a question for you, Alan, because we've been practicing this all week, mate. All right. So, to a new theme camp organiser, what is one pearl of wisdom in setting up your first theme camp that you'd like to give them?
Get a sugar daddy.
That's a good one. Bravo! Bravo.
Possible doesn't equal a sugar daddy. What about you, Sam?
I think really there isn't a secret to it. It's, create a space that you want, and then by inviting people into it, it just works. And you can't sort of think what do people want. Think about the space you'd like to stumble across, just on acid through a field, wander in and go, perfect.
Nice one.
Very sensible.
That sounds about right.
And then you realise it's your own camp, and it's fine.
What about you, Jay? What's the pearls of wisdom?
Buy a fucking Land Cruiser.
There you go. Transport.
And then
sugar
drink on the
daddies,
roof.
and acid.
Ketamine.
I'm sort of running out of questions. So if there's anything you guys wanted to share about your experiences of running a theme camp, because you guys are pretty much veterans now, inspired. I know you inspired me, both of you, with my theme camp. I'm a big believer in benevolent dictatorships. So any other pearls of wisdom, Alan, perhaps? Who's the toy boy you've got on your shoulder there?
Sugar daddy.
That's your sugar daddy. Oh my god.
Silent partner.
You like them young, don't you?
I don't know. I mean, Sammy really wants to get a Hoover.
Young and foreign.
I'm bring a Hoover.
Yeah, I know. Less like it.
Actually, mistake that you would wish you never did in the last 4 or 5 years you've been doing this.
A mistake.
Yeah, something that you really feel that someone else would really get a lot out of.
Open the box.
Open the box.
Good one, Al.
No, well. We have made mistakes. We have made mistakes. We have made mistakes that
Yeah, okay.
I'll think of a good one in a minute.
So we've got to wrap this up now. I'm getting a signal from my man down the side here. So if you want to come up and talk to Alan later on, what the wisdom is,
What
he'll be at
about
BBB all night.
I've read the books, we discussed
I think just be brave. Be brave. Do whatever you feels in you. Do it. If you want to build something, build it. If you want to break something, break it. If you want to spray champagne in someone's face, they will gladly accept that champagne. They will love it. So it's just embrace what you want to do. And you've done with the temple and everyone, you make your camp and you go, look, people are just going to love it. Because it's from you. So everything in your camp, as long as it comes from you, people are going to love it.
Jack, anything else? Any pearls of wisdom, Jack?
Not really, no.
So look, we're going to close up now.